Op amp, non-inverting, summing amplifier, and average amplifier. Here V1, V2, V3, three input voltages. This is V in, this is V out. The feedback voltage is Vf. The current flow through this R1 is I1. The current flow through this R2 is I2. The current flow through this R3 is I3. At this V in terminal, the current is IB plus. According to KCL at this node, V in node, that is I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to IB plus. In case of op amp ideal case, IB plus is equal to 0. IB plus is equal to 0. Therefore, I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. I1 is equal to V1 minus V in by R1. I2 is equal to V2 minus V in by R2. I3 is equal to V3 minus V in by R3. V1 minus V in by R1. I2 is equal to V2 minus V in by R2. I3 is equal to V3 minus V in by R3 is equal to 0. Therefore, V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 is equal to V in is the common term. These V in terms are being this side 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Therefore, V in is equal to V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. But here Vf is according to virtual ground concept. This one is VID. VID is equal to 0. VID is equal to 0 means V in is at plus, Vf is at minus. Therefore, V in minus Vf is equal to 0. V in is equal to Vf. V in is equal to Vf. But Vf is equal to V out into R1 by R1 plus R. R1 by R1 plus R. Vf V in is equal to Vf. V in is equal to Vf. Vf is equal to V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. But Vf is equal to V2. Vf is equal to Vn. But Vf is equal to Vin. Therefore, Vf value is equal to V out into R1 by R1 plus R. Vf is equal to V out into R1 by R1 plus Rf is equal to V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Therefore, V out is equal to R1 plus Rf by R1 into V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Suppose summer circuit, summing amplifier, non-inverting summing amplifier circuit. Prove that V0 is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. In that case, that R1 plus Rf by R1 is equal to number of inputs to the op amp non-inverting amplifier circuit. Non-inverting op amp non-inverting amplifier circuit. In this circuit, the number of inputs are equal to 3. V1, V2, V3. V1, V2, V3. That is equal to 3. First condition. Second condition is R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. This is the first condition. This one is second condition for summing amplifier purpose. Therefore, V out is equal to 3 into here V1 by R, V2 by R, V3 by R, V1 by R plus V2 by R plus V3 by R by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 is, that is 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. That is equal to 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3, V1 plus V2 plus V3 by R. This one is 3 by R. 3 cancel, R is cancelled. Therefore, V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. This is the op amp summing amplifier circuit. Next one, average circuit. Average circuit. We know that V out is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1, V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3 for 3 input by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Here for 1 plus Rf by R1 is equal to 1. First one. Second case, R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. Therefore, V out is equal to 1 into V1 plus V2 plus V3 by R by 3 by R. Therefore, RR is cancelled. Finally, V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 by this one is average amplifier circuit. First one is a summing circuit, summing amplifier circuit. In summing amplifier circuit, the assumptions are 1 plus Rf by R1 is equal to 3, the number of inputs. Therefore, inputs to the op amp circuit, R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. By using this one, draw this one. This one is R, 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 V1, V2, V3. These three are connected like that. Plus, minus. This one is V in. This one is R1, Rf. This one is V out. In the case one, V1 plus V2 plus V3. These two conditions are satisfied. In the second case, average amplifier case, 1 plus Rf by R1 is equal to 1, Rf by R1 is equal to 0. Therefore, Rf is equal to 0. Next, R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R. Here, this is the R, and 3 inputs. Here, 3 input voltages are V1, V2, V3. Plus, minus. This one is V out. This one is V in. This one is R1. RF is 0. RF is 0. Therefore, V out is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3. In the summer case, 1 plus RF by R1 is equal to 3. Therefore, RF is equal to 2R1. RF is equal to 2R1. 2 times R1. With this, the op-amp non-inverting summing amplifier concept and average amplifier concept is completed.